was a good hit. Solid fish. There's a fish. Came right off that oyster bar. This might be even bigger than the other one. What's going on, everyone? It is extremely windy today. It's coming hard from the south right now. It's gonna be coming, kind of moving up to like the west and then start coming from the northwest. So it's gonna be moving around a lot today, about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So I'm gonna be battling the wind all day, but I really wanna see if I can get some fish today. My goal for today, right now, I'm gonna tell you guys, is I'm trying to get a slam over 60 inches using only artificial lures. So I'm gonna start out using a lure that I use a lot, but I've kind of changed it up a little bit. This is a Mirrolure Mirrodine, but instead of the treble hooks that it comes with, I went ahead and put some inline single hooks on there. And I'm gonna kind of test these out today and see how well they work. I have a lot of experience throwing Mirrodines like this, but don't really throw them that often with these single hooks on them. I usually just use the treble hooks they come with. Probably change it up throughout the day unless this is killing it. Might put on some D.O.A. C.A.Ls or maybe some top waters if we can find some calm water. But we're just gonna have a day with it, throw some artificial lures, and see if we can get a slam. Let's battle the wind today. I got my Penn Battle 3 2500 with 10-pound braid on my St. Croix Avid Inshore 7-foot light action rod. And I'm using about a 2-foot section of 25-pound fluoroleader. The water is pretty cloudy right now, so I'm not too concerned with using like a long section of leader. So 2 feet of it should be fine. All right, so I just switched spots to a grass flat right here, kind of leading up to this island. This island is actually where I caught my PB speckled trout back in high school. It was 26 inches. So I'm kind of hoping I can get at least a couple trout off this grass flat. Still using the Mirrodine. Ooh, it got cooler. Definitely got cooler with that front coming through. I feel that. I'm gonna go ahead and try and put a D.O.A. C.A.L on, just change it up a little bit. Just tying on a D.O.A. C.A.L on a 1/4 ounce jig head right here. Gonna start bouncing this around the bottom. See if there are any trout or anything over here. My goal right now is pretty much get a trout at least 16, 17 inches for the slam. And I'm gonna move on to try and get redfish and snook. Oh, I got one. He ate it and he was just like swimming at the boat, so I didn't even feel the bite really. Yeah, he ate it and swam right at the boat, so I didn't even feel him. Pretty guy. Not a bad trout. Get a measurement on him. Right there. He's 13 inches, so he's smaller than I thought. Hey, one part of the slam so far. See you, dude, that was graceful. All right, that's my sign to move. Just had the tail ripped off. See if we can go get a bigger trout. Just move spots right here, and this is my low tide trout spot, but as you can see, we're on a very high tide right now and it's completely underwater. So honestly, been getting a good amount of redfish here lately too, so could knock out 2 of the slam right here. I already got the trout, just a bigger one. There we go. Decent trout. Gotta bring them over the island. There we go. About the same size as the other spot. I'll get a measurement on them. Maybe a little bit better, like a 14 or 15. Yep, 14 incher right there. A little bit better. See, dude, honestly kind of put myself in a sketchy little spot right here, but it seems to be working where I power pull down and I'm casting over the island that's submerged right now and trying to fish the fish are on that pocket over there, because if I try to position the power pole on the other side, I would be having to cast like on the into the wind, and that just wouldn't work. So as you can see, that worked right there, but it's kind of sketchy because if anything happens with the power pole, I'm going right into these oysters and rocks. So let's try and get a big trout and then get out of here. There's a fish. What is this? Is that a snook? Is this a snook or a trout? I think it's a little baby snook. It is a little baby snook. How you doing, guy? Come on over here. Adorable little guy. It's hanging right on that kind of the top of the island that's underwater, right on the oysters. Little guy right there. Ow. There we go. Little micro snook. I guess for the slam I should measure him. He's a 16.5-inch snook, little baby. Let's get a bigger one. See, dude. Okay, catching some fish now. Not the size, obviously. Working with a 16.5-inch snook and a 14-inch trout. That was a good hit. That was a good hit. This feels like a better one. This is definitely a better fish. Is this a big trout? It's either a big trout or a red. Oh, big trout. Big trout. Next cast after that snook, got a big trout. This is what I was looking for. Oh yeah, that is a solid trout. That is a solid fish. Come over here. Wow, that's a big one. Come on. This was the trout I was looking for. Look at the size of that trout right there. That is a stud. That is a nice trout right here. I'm guessing over 20 inches for sure. Right there. This is a 22-inch trout. My biggest one of the year, actually. And look how thick that fish is. That is beautiful. 22-inch trout right here. My biggest one of the year. Just came on that D.O.A. C.A.L around the other side of this little oyster bar island, and it's been out of the water for a little bit, so let's get the release on him. He was ready to go. That was sick. Just got my biggest trout of the year so far. That's satisfying. This is producing right here. Got a couple trout and a snook all in like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna keep casting around. All right, let's go see if we can get some big snook and reds. All right, just made it to this other spot. I'm gonna try to get some snook or redfish here. As you can tell, there's a mangrove shoreline right here. High tide, they're probably gonna be stacked up right up in that shadow line. But there is also a lot of potholes and grass out here, plus an oyster bar right in this corner. So really, I got like the trifecta of places that fish will be hanging out right here. So let's see if we can get some fish. All right, just tied the Mirrolure back on and new section of leader. Got about a 4-foot section of leader now because the water is a little bit clearer here. Let's see if that makes a difference. All right, just tied on the D.O.A. C.A.L again. Just gonna give that a shot before I move spots. There's a fish. What is this? Is this a trout or is this a red? Can't tell. I think it's another big trout. I think it is another big trout. It came right off that oyster bar. Come on. Another big trout. Wow. This might be even bigger than the other one. Wow, this is a good trout right here. Look at the size of this trout. He was right on the oyster bar. That is a big trout right there. Look at the size of this trout right here. This is a big old trout. This is probably pushing 23, 24 inches. Let me get a measurement on him right quick. He is another 22-inch trout. Look at the size of that trout. That is sick. Got my best trout of the year twice in the same day. 22 inches each one. This is another fat one too. Let's get the release on him. See you, dude.